Hi, I'm Dorothy Godin, broker with Remax Crown Realty here in Sudbury, and welcome to Thursday Thoughts. I often talk about the final walkthrough, and as a buyer, how important it is for you to do your final walkthrough. You're going there to see that the house is exactly as it was when you purchased it. I rarely talk about, though, the seller's obligation and what the seller can do to help that process and to make sure there's a smooth closing. So the final walkthrough usually is a couple of days before closing. And as a seller, I know you're very busy and you're probably in the midst of still moving and you still have stuff there, and that's okay. You just want to make sure that you can allow reasonable access to the house. So, hopefully you can coordinate with the other sales rep to say, okay, we're going on this day. Now, before they come, if you had negotiated any kind of repairs that needed to be done before closing, make sure those repairs are done well in advance. Make sure that you provide a receipt that we can send well in advance, so that they know that when you get to the house, those repairs have been done and they can check out, everything to make sure that it was done. Make sure that between the time you did your offer and the time of, the walkthrough, if anything else happened to the house that you had to fix, you should disclose that. So, for instance, let's say there was a big storm and a tree fell and it fell on the shed, and, all of those things had to be fixed. You have to disclose anything. So you do have to disclose anything from the time you make a firm offer to the time of closing, that something may have gone wrong and what did you do to fix it. And again, do the repairs, make sure you keep the receipts. For example, if you have a fridge that is in the offer and all of a sudden that fridge conks out and doesn't work, then we have to disclose that and we have to have a negotiation about what we're going to do about that. You don't owe the buyer a new fridge, but certainly they are allowed to have a fridge because it is in the offer. So there is some negotiation that will happen there. Before the people come and they're doing their final walkthrough, do not leave keys into the house because the buyers are not allowed to have keys. And so don't leave keys in the house till after the final walkthrough. Very often we are transferring houses using lockbox keys. And so basically I tell my sellers, you can leave all of your keys on the kitchen counter. We'll leave the one key in the lockbox. The lawyer will exchange codes when the house is closed. But for the walkthrough, make sure that none of those keys are there. You want to make sure that, paths are all clean. Now, I have a lot of closings in December and January, and we're getting a lot of snow. If you've already moved out, make sure that you've made arrangements, or you can go back and make sure on the day that they're coming for their final walkthrough, that the driveway is cleared and the paths are all cleared. Put all the lights on. You want your buyer to fall in love with the house and to remind them why they picked your house to purchase. So it is a lot of work, but at the end of the day, I think if you put yourself in the buyer's shoes and you walk through your house and say, okay, I'm going to pretend that I'm the buyer and I'm going to do the final walkthrough. What am I looking for? And so put the lights on, clean it, make it as presentable as possible, even though it's a very hectic time. I hope you find this helpful. As always, you can reach me at Dorothy Godin at remax.net or 705-561-2360. Have a great week.